Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and I'm gonna go ahead and assume that you guys automatically know what eBay is. eBay was one of the first large, I guess, online shopping stores that kind of popped up. It's been popular for years upon years. It almost, in a way, was kind of like the used bin of Amazon online for a long time. At least that's kind of like how I've always pictured it. Now, I haven't bought anything on eBay in years at this point, but I do have to say that they helped revolutionize online commerce. And a lot of what they do has kind of been stolen by their competitors because it was good ideas. But what we're about to take a look at today is absolutely not only absurd, but disgusting and ridiculous to say the least. Simply put, you would think that these people who are working at these companies, right, like eBay, working at a massive multi-billion-dollar business like that, you would probably have something better to do than to go as far as they did to silence people talking about them. But as we're about to see in this article from the Boston Globe, they just don't, man. So Natick resident David Steiner was puttering in his garage on a sunny Sunday morning when a neighbor walking out a dog called to him, "Hey, your fence has been tagged." Steiner, who lives with his wife Ina, publishes a news website about the e-commerce industry from their home. Though his neighbor must have been joking, right? Who would graffiti his new white vinyl fence on their quiet tree-lined street? Well, it was June of 2019 and he had no clue that the vandalism was just the start of such a bizarre harassment campaign directed by senior executives at one of the company's leading internet companies, eBay. Ultimately, the events would shatter the Steiners' peaceful suburban life, result in criminal charges against 6 eBay employees and a contractor, 5 of whom have pleaded guilty, and contribute to the departure of eBay's chief executive. Okay, so you can tell, like, by this introductory paragraph, we're about to be taking a look at something blatantly crazy. I mean, we're taking a look at something that, honestly, I don't think I've ever seen anything like this before, right? Like, this would be the equivalent of, me talking about something here on YouTube, right? And the person that I'm talking about personally hiring people to come to my fucking home, blatantly harass, threaten to kill, all kinds of crazy things to me because of these videos. I mean, it's absolutely insane, man. What we're about to see is just so crazy. The articles that drew the eBay executives' ire included reports about the CEO's salary and his comments on protecting e-sellers against fraud. Prosecutors revealed angry text messages about an April 10, 2019 article titled, quote, "eBay CEO earns 152 times that of employees," as well as eBay CEO says sellers can expect greater protections from May 31st, 2019. Such articles generated reader comments that were highly critical of the company's leadership and its treatment of smaller sellers who felt left behind in favor of larger retailers. From the Steiners' point of view, not much happened for a few weeks after the graffiti, but on August 8th, 2019, they found their inboxes filling up with dozens of email newsletters they hadn't signed up for, ranging from Heather's irritable bowel syndrome news and the Satanic Temple to more disturbing fare featuring pornography and bondage. At the same time, a new Twitter account started bombarding Ina Steiner with expletive-laden taunts, she said. She had occasionally had to deal with inappropriate comments on the website, she said, quote, "If you've been on the internet for a while, you learn that you don't feed the trolls, don't respond, don't encourage them." 2 days later, the phone rang. It was a taxidermy and animal parts shop in Arizona calling to ask about a purported order for the Steiners of a fetal pig. The Steiners' delivery address didn't match the billing address on the credit card used for the order, and so the shop called to double-check the order. Shaken, the Steiners canceled the order. So basically what happened, right, is these two, the Steiners, they run this website where they talk about, like, massive online companies, basically, and they wrote a couple critical articles about the CEO of eBay, which, I mean, people have been shitting on CEOs for a while now, right? Like, every time anything happens with, say, Jeff Bezos, right, you're gonna have the crowd of people who are like, "Oh, he's a billionaire, he shouldn't, do this, or he shouldn't be allowed to say that," right? Like, eat the rich. That's just part of society. There's people who hate rich people, there's people who criticize them for their actions. And a lot of the times, rightfully so. I mean, if the CEO of a company is earning 152 times the average employee's salary, right? Like, I think you can go ahead and find something there that might be, conversation worthy. For instance, I criticize YouTube a lot, okay? Which is actually the website, obviously, that I'm uploading my videos to. But I do criticize the leadership and I criticize a lot of the decisions that they make as a website. It's not like this is anything brand new, right? And That would be like Susan Wojcicki basically personally targeting me for, saying she should be fired or some shit like that. And it got so bad that they were basically being harassed to the point that someone ordered a fucking dead fetal pig to be sent to their house. One of the eBay executives basically greenlighted this to happen and to vandalize their property. But it goes even further, man. The couple decided to call the Natick police, and an officer arrived at their house to take a report. They said as the officer was leaving the house, he noticed a package by the front door. While David and the officer continued talking, Ina opened the package in the kitchen. Seeing bits of hair and skin, she screamed. Inside was a mask of a bloody pig face, like the one worn by a crazed killer in the Saw horror movie series. The officer added the details to his report. The Twitter abuse continued to escalate and even more bizarre deliveries arrived, the couple said one day. It was a book for David called Grief Diaries, Surviving Loss of a Spouse. Ina said she Googled the return address of another package, and when she discovered the sender was called Carolina Biological Supply Company, she feared they might have to call a hazmat team. A call to the company revealed the package was filled with live spiders and fly larvae, which was turned over to police. A few days later, a florist arrived with a sympathy wreath for David. The driver told the Steiners he had come from Central Square in Cambridge and was instructed to leave the $255 wreath by their back door without ringing the bell. Ina snapped a picture, more evidence for the police, and debriefed the delivery man. Quote, all of these small retailers, they were being weaponized against us. On August 15th, the campaign took a darker turn. Unbeknownst to the Steiners, a group of Ball's employees had flown to Boston, rented 2 vehicles, and checked into the Ritz-Carlton Hotel according to federal documents. They initially planned to plant a tracking device on the Steiner's car. Luckily, the Toyota RAV4 was locked in the garage and the eBay team retreated to the hotel, the documents allege. But the next day, the team returned. David Steiner was up on a ladder installing one of several new security cameras he'd purchased, while Ina handed him tools out a second-floor window. Suddenly, they saw a dark-colored Dodge Caravan drive up the street with a black van, New York plates. Basically, they were being fucking harassed by the direct executives of eBay. These are the people in the company calls. You know what I'm saying? The CEO, his crew, and shit like that. These are the people making decisions for this company. There is no way they did not plan this and know what was going on. And it went so far that 5 people have already pled guilty that were involved. Okay? That is fucking absurd that it has gone this far. Sending live spiders and animal larvae or bug larvae and shit to people's homes because they write something you don't like. Fucking flying, checking a hotel out, renting vehicles to plant a tracking device and stalk these people. And what for? Because of an article where they criticized the, favoritism of big business on their platform over small sellers, which is what the website was founded to, help bring about with small sellers online. And a report they did chronicling the pay rate between the CEO and average employees. We're not talking about these people writing an article where they're like, eBay's CEO has killed 3 people with an axe for speaking out, right? Even though at this point that would not have even surprised me if that was something that had to be written. I mean, sending a bloody pig face mask to someone's home, it's absolutely fucking psychotic. We're talking about the kind of shit that you legitimately see in a horror movie, right? This is the build-up to a scary movie, right? A family getting this kind of shit. And regardless of what happened, there is absolutely no excuse for sending someone a book about, getting past the loss of a spouse, indicating that you're threatening this guy's fucking wife's life. All because of some articles, okay? And once again, this is people making, millions of dollars working for this company. How bad do you really think that these 2 articles from these 2 actually damaged the, revenue for eBay? Do you think that one quarter, they pulled $6 billion in profit? Then these articles came out and they turned a loss the next quarter? No, okay? This company was not affected really in the slightest. I mean, yeah, sure, some negative comments online, maybe a couple people closed their eBay accounts, but it was nothing that fucking provoked behaving this way and legitimately being a menace to society, a threat to people's lives. Absolutely insane, man. The article goes on to detail other things that happened, including people following them as they left their house, the company calling in a prank pizza delivery, And it got so bad that the actual FBI had to get involved, okay? And it all continued until about September 6th, 2019. That's, I guess, when the FBI really started to crack the case with all the evidence. And then, yeah, it basically stopped. And then in June 2020, federal prosecutors actually ended up charging 6 former eBay employees and a contractor. The company was forced to apologize to the Steiners and basically said they conducted their own internal investigation that basically handled everything, including getting rid of the communications chief for the company. So with that being said, man, absolutely ridiculous story. And I can't imagine something like this happening. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel, follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @SubToOptimus. Make sure to check out Shop Opti down below. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, well, stunned that eBay did this, and signing out.